I went fishing with my friends and their kids last weekend. The kids, frustrated. Zero fish. Full meltdown. From where I stood, I could see why. Their lines weren't even in the water, not tangled, just out, floating in air while they waited to be rewarded. We do this too. We follow a belief blindly. I'm not attractive. I'm not the type who gets picked. I'll never be enough. And then we go out into the world with our line already out of the water. And we call it rejection, call it proof. But it's not that we aren't catching anything. We aren't even in the game. Hello, I am Dr. Leah Roth, psychoanalyst, best-selling author, and apparently accidental fish coach. 1 second. Before we dive in, subscribe if you haven't yet, so you get the Sunday bite of this podcast right at your door, or at least on your phone. And if something hits home today, DM me. Think of me as your slightly sassed mother figure. I'm not here to give you all the answers, but I will hand you a flashlight so you can start rewriting your own damn script. Now, let's talk about beliefs, body image, and the invisible script that shape how we show up. But before we go further, let me tell you about what body image is. Years ago, I wrote a very short book trying to define it. I read every article, textbooks, clinical notes, you name it. And here's what I found. One should not confuse body image with body schema. Body image has been defined in 1,000 ways, always reshaped to fit someone's purpose. And guess what? I am about to do the same. First of all, don't let the word image confuse you. It's not a picture. It's not how you look. It's more like an imago, something that lives deep in your unconscious. It's what you believe about your body, about yourself. It encompasses so many things, like the internal dialogue you have, your shame, pride, fear, joy, what you consider your body can do for you, influences like media and culture, your standing in the social hierarchy, your posture and behavior before you can even explain it. So many things fall under that huge umbrella. If you follow French psychoanalysis, think of the three registers: the imaginary, the symbolic, and the real, right? Body image, it sits in the imaginary, right before language, right before you start putting your feelings into words. That's how deep it runs. It shapes what you think you deserve, what you believe you have to overwork for, and the feelings you quietly convince yourself you are never allowed to have. It's the invisible hand that keeps your line out of the water. So you can keep telling that story about life being unfair and how you are never the one who gets picked. That's where it all comes. Let's think for a moment there is someone with depression, deep depression. Would this person be super social or more like stay at home? And would they be like ready to go chase their dreams or leaving that for another day? And consider their posture. How do you picture them? I tell you, I see them with their arms hanging low, spine curved, eyes to the ground, that crease between the brows. Some call it the omega sign. Now imagine them walking into the room. Do they walk straight to the center and say, "Here I am"? Or do they slide along the walls, staying quiet, almost invisible? Exactly. You didn't need a diagnosis. You saw it too. Well, that's body image at work. Here's another one. I had a client once, a graphic designer, handsome, polished, talented, but trapped in procrastination, always perfecting, always ticking, never done. One day, instead of sitting, he lay down on the couch, the way people do when they are finally ready to go deeper. And a memory surfaced. He was little, about 3, 4 years old, standing behind his mother. She was holding a baby, his new brother. and talking to a friend. He stood there quietly, then reached out his hand towards her, but she didn't take it. That tiny moment, it carved a belief: I am not enough. And every design since then, a silent attempt to fix what was once broken in that bridge. To prove he could be enough. If only he got it perfect. Yet holding off the exposure. As a way of protecting himself, he keeps the work unfinished. He keeps it safe. He keeps his line out of the water. Why risk trying if the outcome is just more proof that he's not enough? That instant, that event, it became the origin story of a belief that quietly ran his life for decades, in fact, ever since. You see, from that moment on, he's run his life driven by the belief that he's not enough to make it happen, not enough to get a partner who loves him for who he is, not enough to be recognized for his work, not enough to be paid an appropriate salary, win an award. So he keeps his line out of the water. Because after all, he's not enough. And life isn't fair. So what? Why risk it? And when later on I asked him, wait for a moment. So your mother was kind of holding a baby, right? Did she even had a free hand to grab yours? He laughed. He saw it. He's been expecting something from his mother, and she wasn't able to give. Of course, he was also a bit jealous of that baby, his baby brother, right? He'd been the only child, and now he has to share the spotlight. But that moment, it stayed. It meant something. It anchored belief about where he stands in the world. And here's the thing: the moment you can trace your current struggle back to belief, that's the sweet spot. Because if you are tangled in your own meaning making, you can also find the thing. Grab the tippy top of that string and start pulling. Put things in order. Start allowing yourself to go for what you want. Because listen, winners aren't the ones who collect the most trophies. That might feel good, of course. That's not the measure. Winners are the ones who walk towards their dream, even when the path is hard. Because life isn't about arriving, it's all about how you go, about enjoying the way. And that journey starts by turning the dial on your body image from punishment to power. Let's play a little with a visualization. If you're somewhere quiet, right. If you're on a bus or driving, you might want to engage with your imagination. That's okay. It works too. Otherwise, just stand up for a moment. Now, picture yourself reaching for a hero cape. It's brilliant red on the outside and refreshingly sunny golden on the inside. Can you feel its weight? Its warmth? Its power? This cape isn't decoration. It's a reminder. You are already a winner, a hero, because winners aren't the ones with the medals. Winning is standing tall next to yourself. It's staying loyal to you. Now, take a deep breath in through your arms. Shake them out. Jump in place 4 or 5 times. Get your heart pumping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you feel the heart pumping? Wake up your body. Loosen your hands. Roll your shoulders. Let your whole body say, fuck Freud. And now scream your heart away. Say it again, loud, mean it. Fuck Freud. That's it. That's dopamine. That's desire in motion. Now go. Go fly. Go live. Put your line in the water and go after what you want, not because it's warranted, but because you finally believe you are allowed to catch something beautiful.